I guess you know what time it is. Yeah, I know, because it's about that time for the Toni G. Campbell podcast.
Hello and welcome to Conversations with Toni on Toni G. Campbell, the podcast. This is the show for my Gen X warriors where we talk about our challenges and victories in life. On this episode, we will discuss sex for Generation X. Now tell me, what does your sex life look like, Generation X warriors? Has a marriage or children affected your sex life? Are the boundaries that you dare not cross due to your religion? On today's show, my co-host and I will dive deep into a discussion about sex for Generation X. Right after a word from our sponsor, I will come back with my returning co-host for today, Jacqui Nesbitt, my children's godmother and a phenomenal woman. So stay tuned.
1, 2, 1, 2, and I say this is Tide Controller, and I'm here to talk about Dip Square. Dip Square is an online shop that specializes in unique graphic t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, and other apparel. They also offer services like personalized mugs and shoes. Did I just say shoes? Yeah, you can get sneakers with your picture on them at Dip Square. They also have tote bags and other items. Right now, you can save on t-shirts every day by using the discount code ILOVETEES. That's ILOVETEEZ. You get 14% off because every day is Valentine's Day at Dip Square. So check them out online at dipsquare.com. Dipsquare.com. I guess you know what time it is. Yeah, I know, because it's about that time for the Toni G. Campbell podcast.
Now, welcome back. Today we are talking about sex for Generation X. My co-host for today is Jacqui Nesbitt, my children's godmother and a phenomenal woman. Hey, Jacqui, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it is going fabulous, girl. I am so excited to get into this conversation right now.
Yes.
So, let's get started because this is going to be juicy.
Let's go.
The big question is, how has sex changed over the years for you?
It's changed a lot. I think not only in life do you go through different changes, your 20s, your 30s, 40s, 50s, wherever you are, but also in your sex life. So, starting out sex, you're young, let's say, shouldn't be having sex, but teens to 20s, you don't really know what you're doing. You're trying to figure it out. Your partner probably knows about as much as you do. And 30s, I enjoyed sex. In my 20s and stuff, I have 4 children to prove it. But I think it's so much better right now. And somewhere around 33, my sex drive kicked into overdrive.
Okay, now.
And it's been like that since then. Just like and they say I'm 40. They say 40s is even stronger for women than 30s. I can't imagine that, but it's still consistent.
Really? Because I don't know if I don't think I'm there anymore. Like, I'm at the point where it's like, oh my gosh, Jesus, could we invent something else? Like, I don't know, because I don't know. It could just be me being exhausted every single day. I don't know what it is, but like the desire is not there.
I think maybe you're not experiencing it to the fullest because you have little kids. Like my youngest is 14, so I haven't had any little babies in a long time, so maybe I was able to Because I've heard from other women, they're like, when they hit 30, between 30 and 40, it just went like into, I went from, I could take it or leave it. Like I enjoyed it, but let's say in my 20s, I enjoyed it, but it, I would choose sleep most times over it. Once I would start, it would be great, but it was getting started. That was the problem. Now, most times I'm the initiator.
Really?
I am.
So so I guess you would consider yourself, would you consider yourself the dominant person in the bedroom now, or?
Yeah. Harold, my husband, was the dominant one. And I will say, not dominant as in when we're doing it, like I take over and he's still, but there was a time when he was pretty much the only one initiating. Every now and then I would, but now it's me. I initiate more than he does.
Girl, I need to get there. I think I used to initiate at some point. Because, I used to love sex. Like, oh my gosh, like, it was awesome. And, especially back in the days when we had pagers, you get that little beep beep on the page. And you're like, oops, I got to go, people. You know what I'm saying?
Code, our code was 007. That's when it was going down. It was going down.
But
or 69.
Yeah, 69 was the code back then. Yeah, you'd be like, you know what, give me that 69. And then I knew who it was from, because technically, if you had more than one person that you were dealing with at the time, you had to give everybody their own code.
Their own code.
So the main and best one you gave 69 to.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember them days.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. It's just, I guess it could be the kids. It could be the fact that I'm here with children all day and I'm in this house all the time and I'm running 1,200 errands in a day. But by the end of the night, I really just want to sleep. Like, I just, like, don't bother me. And my husband is like, oh, I wish you would initiate more. I'm like, hey, I'm not turning you down. So if you want it, you can get it. But right now, I can't say I want it because I just want to sleep. That's all I want to do. Because I feel like, except for the days that he go to work, I am the last one in bed and the first one up in the morning. So it's like, and then I go all day long. Now, I know he would love it if I went all day long in the bedroom, but I can't because I'd be exhausted. Like, even right now, my throat is so scratchy, girl. If I could crawl into the bed, I would. But I have too much to do. It's just crazy.
I know. I don't know. Harold, you say that to me, I should initiate. That's when I wasn't initiating. And now I do. It's a good and a bad thing because I would say my sex drive is a little higher than his right now. Because they say, I wish the Lord would have evened it out. Like when theirs is at its highest, ours isn't. And it's like when ours is at its highest, theirs isn't. So his is, it's not as bad as mine to where, I feel like I initiate. So now I'm having the conversation with him that Tyrone is having with you. I wish you would initiate more. Because although my sex drive is high, I'm still a woman and I still want to feel wanted and attractive and,
And see, that's what my husband says.
And
I'm like, baby.
So I would like him too.
Yeah, I'm like, baby, I want you. I just need sleep more, like right now in my life. Like this is a season of desiring sleep.
Yeah.
Not sex. It's just two different S words we got right now.
Yeah. And Harold's thing is, I want you and I'm attracted to you. However, you want to do it way more. Like, he's like, it's just ridiculous. We can't several times a week. Like if I'm giving you once, I don't know. It's annoying, actually. And I would actually like it to go down.
Wow. Girl, I need to get where you are. And at first I thought I was going through menopause or something. I was like, Jesus, I don't know what it is. Is it menopause, And I don't know, like, what has stopped it, except for all I know is I really won't sleep.
I think when the kids get a little older, then it'll be, because although my children are all over the place and not all of them drive, so I'm taxi cab and stuff, and then I have the Jason during the day, but I don't know. It's still maybe just because they're older or something. It's been a while since I've had a child. It hasn't been that long for you.
No. And like I said, I am with one of them every moment of every minute of every second of every day. Like, if she wasn't in bed right now, she would be right underneath me. Right.
Yeah, and that's a lot. I remember feeling like that when my kids were little. You don't feel, the last thing on your mind when a child is hanging all over you and climbing on you and spilling stuff on you and all kind of stuff. The last thing you feel is sexy.
Exactly.
And the last thing on your mind is sex. Okay. So I have Jason during the day, but I just have him during the day. He's not here all night. He's not here, there's limited time that I have him. So other than that, I don't know.
I'll be telling you to calm it down, girl. Calm it
down, girl. I'm telling you. And I want to. It was fun at first. Now I'm like, all right, enough is enough. Because it gets so bad. It gets like I have to. And then when I can't do it, I eat.
Well, we don't need that because we've been losing weight, girl. We've been losing our weight.
Losing weight.
Yes. We do not need to emotionally eat.
We sure do
because you're getting too much sex. That part I still don't understand.
No, I'm eating because I'm not getting enough.
Oh, okay. I can understand that then. All right.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I will say it calmed down a little bit. Mm-hmm. I have highs and lows, times when I'm good. There was a time when it was just constantly I need to do this. But, now I have times when I'm good for a little bit.
Now, okay, this is a personal question.
Okay.
Do you ever feel like you have to take care of yourself because he sleeps somewhere because he trying to be like me and get some Z's in?
Oh, this is a personal question. Yeah.
Hey, don't be ashamed. Hey, this is life. These are things that we do.
Absolutely, there are times. Mm-hmm.
Because I can bet you by golly, I guess this is not my truth, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, hey, there's plenty of times that I'm like, husband, I just, I need to sleep.
Go work it out.
You got to work all that situation out,
Yeah.
Or I'm like, we can start, but I can't tell you I won't be asleep in the middle of it because I just be tired, and it's not that I tell him I really want to do it.
Yeah, I know you do.
I really want to. Like I promise you, if I could want to do it, I would. But sometimes I don't even think it's exhaustion for me. I said I don't know if it's necessarily for me to get my hormones checked, but like some days I'm just like, I really don't care if it happens or not. Like, like it's not a thought in my brain right now.
You may need to get
anyone else is going through that.
You may need to get your have your hormones checked, and like I said, I think it's really, you still have small kids. It hasn't been that long since you've had one. You may need your hormones. You may need them checked. Maybe take something. We're getting up in age. I take Like, because sometimes I think that's part of my problem. Mine is maybe the reverse. If it is, because there are times when I say, is this a hormone problem? Is that why my sex drive is in overdrive? Is it a hormone problem? Because there are times when I don't know, I just feel like it's just extra. So I'll take, but for my, I have like hot flashes sometimes and stuff. So I take maca and things like that. Things like that help with your sex drive too. Help to increase it.
I was about to say, will it give it back to me?
Yeah, it will. Maca.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to write that down because I don't, I mean,
I know you
and
want
again,
to.
You know, if I take anything, it'll be from my husband because right now I'm telling you, mentally it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
And
I really think it's the kids.
It might be. And then I tell him we don't do our date nights like we're supposed to. And
we don't either.
A lot of the times is because I know he works hard all day. Even just being in traffic getting home, sometimes it takes him 2 hours to get home. So if he sits on the couch for 2 minutes, he is asleep. So, and I don't want to bother him. And then I'm dealing with the kids all day. And I feel like sometimes I'm like, we don't even, it's not that we don't know each other, but we're not that emotionally attached the way we used to when we dated all the time and we would spend alone time. It's like, I don't really spend alone time with you until I've crept into bed 3 hours after everybody else went to sleep, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's not us rekindling anything or, you know, getting all smushy. And it's like, if I move one way, left or right, and he wake up, he's like, and I'm like, no. Sleep, honey. Go back to sleep.
Oh, Lord.
It's like, no, I'm just getting in bed. It's time to sleep. Go back to sleep. So, I think that's an important thing. It's like, it's not that you don't know each other anymore, but it's like that romanticness is in there. So that kind of makes it hard to be like, okay, well, all right, let's get to it.
Right.
Because then it seems like a chore.
It's the same way here, actually, and that's the fault of both of us, I would say. His fault because it's his fault because now, like I said, now I initiate more just because. But back when I wasn't, I would always say, "You." Oh Lord, I would say you have to tell him you got to prep the pee, and that includes early on in the day, you know, texting me, calling me or something, the date night, you know, working up. Don't just out of nowhere, like I've been struggling with kids all day and doing this, that, and the third, and we haven't even really had a full conversation. We just, you know, in passing on it, and because
like, what's for
dinner? Know, daily is busy, and then we get in the bed, and all of a sudden you want me to be on it.
Exactly.
It just don't work like that. And you got to prep it. There needs to be some prepping.
And I used to tell him, I'm like, there's certain things that I need to do to be ready. So, you know, even if it's just take a shower, you know what I'm saying? Yes. And it's like, and at one point we actually started scheduling. Just because I'm like, if I know when it's going to happen, then at least I can, first of all, mentally get prepared. Because I would have to mentally get prepared. And then I could physically get prepared too. Because I'm like, you know, if I've been home all day running errands in yoga pants and I'm like, you know, barely brushed my teeth and washed my face that day, but I'm like, and now you want to do what? Like, no, I can't do that.
This is what Harold would do. And as much as I initiate now, even when he initiates sometimes, I turn him down because I am thoughtful in my initiation process. And what he'll do the same thing. We'll be sitting in the room together. Now we're sitting here. Time is going by. And it'll be after midnight when I finally fall asleep. And that's when he'll come. We were up for hours.
Don't you hate that?
Before that.
Oh my gosh.
Until I fall asleep.
Yes.
To try to get something. Or like early in the morning. Like I don't like morning. He does. I don't like morning. That's when my sex drive is low. It takes me a while for my body to wake up. Like even if my eyes are open, I literally feel numb from the neck down. So it takes a while. Don't
and you
come
need
at
that
me.
down part to participate.
Yes, absolutely. And that's when I do just go and get it in. I'll turn to my side. Put my leg up, just do what you do.
Oh my gosh.
Just do what you do and hurry up.
But why, Jesus? Why do they like to wait until you go to sleep? It's like, okay, you had literally at least a good 3-hour window.
Yes.
And then you wait till I'm sleep.
And
I don't even get enough sleep.
Yes.
And it's like, you want to interrupt that sleep? Like,
exactly.
Are you kidding me? Like, right now?
Yep. And so even though I'll initiate whatever, I will still turn him down or just be like, no. If he wakes, that's when I do turn him down. I try not to ever turn him down, but I do, because it's just ridiculous. Just like we were literally here for hours. You said nothing, didn't even give an inkling that it was going in that direction. You waited till I went to sleep.
Girl, we got to keep this conversation going, but I need to take a quick break. So we will be right back, and we will continue our discussion on sex for Generation X.
1 2 1 2, and I say this is Tide Controller, and I'm here to talk about Dip Square. Dip Square is an online shop that specializes in unique graphic t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, and other apparel. They also offer services like personalized mugs and shoes. Did I just say shoes? Yeah, you can get sneakers with your picture on them at Dip Square. They also have tote bags and other items. Right now, you can save on t-shirts every day by using the discount code ILOVETEES. That's ILOVETEEZ. You get 14% off because every day is Valentine's Day at Dip Square. So check them out online at dipsquare.com. Dipsquare.com. I guess you know what time it is. Yeah, I know, because it's about that time for the Toni G. Campbell podcast.
Thank you for tuning in. We will continue the conversation about sex for Generation X with my co-host for today, my phenomenal friend, Jacqui Nesbitt. Okay, girl, we've already discussed who is the initiator in our bedrooms. It's you and my husband, because me and Harold, we are on vacation right now. But okay, some of the things that you may want to do in your sexual life with your spouse. Do you ever think that it has been hindered because of your religious background, or, because we are Christians, that there have been limits placed on our sex lives?
Okay, so yes and no. No, nothing hinders us, just because I don't buy into what the church tries to do. But I'm pretty sexually free. But yes, the church does do that. They try to. I was talking to somebody not too long ago, and they were saying that the church really sends mixed messages in regards to sex. So they're like, they try to do the scare tactic when you're younger. Sex is bad. You have sex, you're going to hell. Sex, no. Then when you get married, you've been your whole life you've been told, it's bad, you're going to hell, especially if you had sex before marriage, things like that. Then you get married when you're supposed to be sexually free and one with your husband, but you're reserved. You can't, because you've been told now you're supposed to be, and even in the marriage bed, they say it's religious church, there's things you're not supposed to do, Of course, I don't agree with bringing another person. Yeah, exactly. I don't agree with bringing in a third party. But if it's between just you and your husband or you and your spouse, whatever, whatever y'all are both comfortable doing, y'all should do.
And see, my husband feels that way. But I'd be like, you know what? Jesus might not like that because,
Well, both have to be comfortable.
Well, but the crazy thing is that I probably would be comfortable. But because of, them drilling into my head, don't do this, don't do that. And then it's like, okay, but should we be doing this? Like, you start questioning yourself. Is this okay? I know it's with my husband, but is it okay?
I've always been really rebellious, which is why I think them telling me not to do it didn't sink in like it did for a lot of people. But I get how it would when you're told one thing all your life, and then you finally are in a situation where they're like, oh, okay, but even then, still some things. What are some things he wants to do that you don't want to do?
Well, I'm trying to think. Okay, I don't know if this is necessarily a Jesus say no type of thing, but okay, he likes to talk dirty, and it's not that I'm not comfortable with it. It's just I'm not used to it because I've never done it, or or it makes me feel like, oh my God, Jesus don't need to hear me saying this stuff, because I've always been a rule follower first and foremost. So then you get these things like, don't do that and don't do this, and that's bad, and then it's like, oh my gosh, I can't be talking like that because Jesus gonna hear me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It really hinders me in that area and then he'll be like, well, just try it. And I'm like, I can't even think of anything, okay, touch me. I don't know.
I will say, I can't imagine you talking.
Exactly, right? I don't even know.
Oh, maybe if
you do that whole crazy, what's they call it, the dominatrix type thing, or
I'm not into that. I'm not
BDSM.
Into pain. Yeah, pain is not pleasure.
Exactly, and it's like, if you hit me on my butt, that means I'm getting a beating. That's bad in my life. You know what I'm saying? I got whoopings growing up. I don't need to get beat by my husband.
That's one thing Harold used to like to do. And at first I didn't say anything, but then finally I feel the same way, but I'm like, listen, brother, you can't keep smacking me on my behind. That hurts.
Yes, and then it make me feel like I did something wrong.
And not just during sex, just walk. I'll just be walking in the kitchen or something like that. I feel like he would reach way back more than just.
It hit you hard too, right? You be like,
hard.
Okay, I'm not supposed to be bruised during the day, people. For real.
I'm like, no. Yeah, that's one thing I don't. I don't like that.
And I was about to say, does he ever, you just walk past and he just groping you? You're like, oh my, I feel violated right now. I'm cooking dinner. Why are you gripping and grabbing and stuff?
I will say, I kind of like it.
So you like, yes, please touch me.
Yeah, just don't hit me like you giving me a whipping, but you can grope me a little bit if you pass by. Because I grope him. So,
really?
I do. I walk past and I will graze them a little bit.
See, I've done like, I guess you would call that football pat, like poop poop.
Oh.
But then it's like
behind Harold and fully grab him.
And fully all just all up in the kitchen where
all
the food is, right? That's where the food is. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy thing is because, before, I'm trying to think if I was a little bit more adventurous before I got married. I probably was. And you know what? I think that it's like that covenant of marriage that is awesome and great. But then you've made promises to God. And I think that's what gets me is promises to God. And then I'm acting like a tart or...
Yeah.
And I know they say you're supposed to be a lady in the streets and a freak in the bedroom, but
in the bed, yes.
How am I supposed to be a freak for Jesus? I don't know.
Well, Jesus he's always with us, but it's just you and your husband in the bed.
Are you sure?
Can't be in there,
I imagine
you don't
Jesus just sitting down with some popcorn, just watching people.
If he is, he's smiling. Because y'all married. Y'all can do what y'all want to
We do say we be worshiping, but I'm just like, I don't see during worship.
That's why you don't play gospel music in the bedroom. And
maybe we shouldn't call it worshiping either, because that just,
right.
That might just stop some things from happening. Like,
leave all those terms out.
Out of the bedroom.
None of those terms belong in the bedroom. Worshiping, praising.
Say, praise God,
No.
It's all those movies that they show where the women in there talking about, praise you, Jesus. And they in there, the bed squeaking and, they shouldn't be doing that, right?
No, don't call his name.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. I don't even know where I am in my notes. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. We've already talked about the sex drives between us and our husbands because shucks, our sex drives are different, yours and mine.
Right.
So, but I am older than you. So I don't know if it's, because in my 30s, I think I was doing good. Like I would be, that's when I made them 2 babies in my 30s,
Right.
And I had them I stopped at 40. So I think they took all my life away. I'm going to blame it on them kids. They took all my life away. I think that's what it is.
I think that's what, I really thought we were going to be on the same page. But once I thought about it, you do have younger kids. And so, my kids, well, you had Marcel. My kids were that young. I wasn't trying to do nothing but sleep myself. I just wanted to sleep. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, and see, when Marcel was younger, I was a single mom, so I could drop him off to my sister and I could go have me I had me a lovely time in my early 20s. That was an awesome time. I should have met my husband. No, I wouldn't have gotten married, but we should have known each other then. And, we had great times in my late 30s, yeah.
Y'all got a lifetime. So, once the kids get a little older, it's going to come back. I believe it's going to come back. Mm-hmm.
I hope so.
I'm believing that for you. Because you have O's, don't you?
I have who?
What is Oprah call it? The big O? Big O.
Oh yeah, I've had those. I have those, yes. I have the big O's. Oh.
Mm-hmm. So I know I heard a lot of women don't. So that's
really
tragic. Yeah, they say most women, well, let me clarify. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. Penetration O's.
Oh.
Most women.
I get those.
Yeah, most, they say, it's like a high number. I want to say between 80 and 90% of women don't have those. They can only have it through oral sex.
Oh, that's a shame.
I'm like, what are you doing it for then?
Yeah, shucks. I really wouldn't want to do it if I wasn't even doing that.
Exactly. If you can't get nothing out of it, what are we doing?
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
Okay, now let me ask you: is there any like favorite places you like to have sex?
It's funny you should ask that. Me and Harold have, this is a Nesbitt secret. We actually haven't done it lately. We haven't done it recently. Remember when we had the Navigator?
Yes.
We always had at least one big car, and we don't right now. Well, we kind of do, but anyway. So we would, since we were young, we've been in the car type people, huh? Randomly in the car. We went to our friend's daughter's birthday party, and she was turning 16. I think it was at a bowling alley or something like that. So that night, it was nighttime when it was over. We left, and it just hit us, and we went to a parking lot, hit it in the back. Ooh. We have done it in the car at a church picnic.
Oh, okay.
We have in somebody's driveway. I remember when we were younger, one time we went down the street from his aunt's house and did it in the car, and the car got stuck. We had to call AAA.
Oh my gosh.
Because it was like a wooded area or something like that. And we had to call AAA. But we just randomly do things like that. When we had the bigger car, we would. And we were married. I mean, because this was on last time. Well, it's been a while. Last time was maybe a year or so, a couple of years ago, something like that. So whenever we had that car, whenever we had the black car, we haven't done it since we had smaller cars, but give us a dark tint and a big car.
Is that why he got that big thing again, girl?
That might be.
He's like, I miss our outings.
That might be. But I do like the car, and I think I like it because, and I don't care where in the car. Or what place. I just like it because it's always spontaneous and random, and so that gives it like an extra rush of excitement. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I used to do in the car, but that was with a whole nother boyfriend. With my husband, I love hotel sex. Like,
yeah.
Anytime we go to a hotel or even like vacation, like that's why he needs to take me on more vacations or even staycations, because I don't know if it's just because we're not inside of the house or what it is, but that hotel bed and just the atmosphere, and it just puts me in a different mindset, in a different world where I'm like, ooh, yes, it's about to go down. Now, I'm excited about that, and mainly because the children are not there. Right. When we go on our couple vacations, oh my gosh, it's awesome. I just love it. I do love hotel sex. Yes, that's my favorite.
I'm not a huge fan of hotel sex.
Really?
I don't know. It always feels so, and maybe like that's why I like the close proximity of a car. Or like, I don't know, in your room, there's stuff in there. It is always so empty and stale in a hotel room to me that I don't know. I don't feel like, I don't know. I want the warmth or the coziness is what I'm maybe looking for. We went to a cabin one time up in Rome, and that was cozy. Like, I did enjoy that. And it was just me and him. We stayed the weekend in a cabin, and that was great. But it was it was like really, really cozy. And so that was great. I don't know. When I'm in a hotel, I just feel like it's something about the emptiness makes me, I don't know, I'm cold, and I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, girl. I like it.
Yeah.
Especially when it's two beds, because you do it in one bed and you sleep in the other bed.
Yeah. That is true. That is true. Oh, that is true.
Oh, Girl, you are not going to believe this.
What?
Our time is up.
What?
I know, right? It's too. We're going to have to do this
We got to do a
again.
part 2. We got to
Exactly.
do a part 2.
We have to do a part 2.
Yes.
So I have to say thank you to my phenomenal friend, Jacqui Nesbitt, for co-hosting with me today. And I'm going to take one quick break. And yeah, we got to plan part 2. Part 2 already. All right. Hold on.
Okay.
1 2 1 2, and I say this is Tide Controller, and I'm here to talk about Dip Square. Dip Square is an online shop that specializes in unique graphic t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, and other apparel. They also offer services like personalized mugs and shoes. Did I just say shoes? Yeah, you can get sneakers with your picture on them at Dip Square. They also have tote bags and other items. Right now, you can save on t-shirts every day by using the discount code ILOVETEES. That's ILOVETEEZ. You get 14% off because every day is Valentine's Day at Dip Square. So check them out online at dipsquare.com. Dipsquare.com. I guess you know what time it is. Yeah, I know, because it's about that time for the Toni G. Campbell podcast.
Welcome back. And oh my goodness, I can't believe it's already time to wrap it up. I would like to say thank you so much for taking the time to listen to Conversations with Toni on Toni G. Campbell, the podcast. Don't forget to check our archived shows at ToniGCampbell.com, where you can also see the show notes for this episode. Make sure you subscribe to Toni G. Campbell, the podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud. Make sure you go to my website, ToniGCampbell.com, and become a Gen X warrior. Share the podcast and tell a friend about Conversations with Toni. Make sure you rate and review the podcast, and always remember to be kind, be useful, and be fearless. Thank you. You have a great day.